So today we're going to talk a little bit about the structure of our fabric. This is a medium weight denim. So today we're going to talk about the grain line, the cross grain, and the bias. The grain line of the fabric runs parallel to our selvage edge. Now our selvage edge, we also could call it the warp threads. These are the fabric that kind of run up and down the sides of a loom for woven fabrics. This is the strongest part of your fabric, and you will see that on most dressmaking patterns, you should be cutting your pattern pieces along the grain line. So as you are laying out a pattern piece, you may need to measure across to the selvage edge just to make sure you are following that grain line. Our cross grain is the line that is perpendicular to our selvage edge. So again, this is our selvage edge, and this side will not fray. The cross grain goes alongside this kind of raw edge. This has been overlocked from where I pre-washed the fabric, and as you can see, it's not a total straight line. That's just how it was cut when I got the fabric from the warehouse. So the cross grain is pretty strong. It is also known as the weft threads. So we have our warp threads and our weft threads. And you could still cut your pattern pieces along this cross grain, but I would only do so if your pattern recommends it. So a quick way to remember your warp threads and your weft threads is the warp threads go up and down, and your weft threads go left to right, so weft to right. And lastly, we're going to quickly talk about the bias of the fabric. So that is the diagonal, the 45-degree angle against your selvage edge. Now, this is a really interesting part of woven fabric. So this fabric is a non-stretch fabric, but if you were to pull across the diagonal, you get a nice little stretch. So you will find that some patterns will call for you to cut across the bias just so you can have a bit of stretch and a bit more drape.